Over the past weekend, there was a lot of rumors about Bugha retiring from competitive Fortnite. However, his old teammate Threats must have pulled him out of retirement early and showed everybody how dominant they can be. We're about to watch Bugha and Threats drop a 26 kill win in the FNCS Division 1 Cup. So let's talk about why people thought Bugha was going to retire. He actually considered retiring after what happened in the FNCS Major 1 that recently ended. He was disqualified 1 hour before the tournament began because there was this program that he was using similar to drop calc, and Epic determined that it was just against the rules. However, Epic did say that they mishandled the situation, and the people who got disqualified, it's going to be removed from their history, but they can't restart the tournament. There was a lot of people that were asking Epic to restart the FNCS because there was about 7 teams that got disqualified for using this program, as it gave them an advantage over other players who weren't using it. But now Epic has made it clear this kind of program is not allowed. I believe it was something that would show you the best place to drop for your selected POI. Now, there are some, apps and things that people can use to calculate the best drop spot, but anything that's automatically doing it for you is something that Epic doesn't want in the game. And I kind of understand why that's the case. So this is an off spawn encounter right here. Bugha already got an elimination, but obviously there was a lot of emotions with him being disqualified literally 1 hour before competing in the FNCS. And it's not like, Bugha was not a contender to win an FNCS. Bugha has won plenty of FNCSs. He's also the World Cup champion. He is very capable, and as we're going to see in today's game, that he is very capable of winning. And who knows how that FNCS could have played out differently had Bugha not been disqualified. So all the players in this, by the way, are Division 1 Cup players. There's going to be some Tier 1 pros with a mix of Division 1 players. So they're all going to be super cracked, but obviously there's levels to this. Bugha and Threats make quick work off spawn. They've already got 3 eliminations in the early game. But like I said, they're going to get 26 eliminations, so we've got a lot more to watch unfold. Now, Bugha did actually put out a tweet that had everybody thinking he was going to retire. This was after he did not qualify for the second chance qualifier, which Epic actually added the second chance qualifier as a way to kind of give people a shot of qualifying for the LAN because of the teams that got disqualified. And he actually lost his duo Craze going into the second chance qualifier and ended up not qualifying. Craze ended up playing with Kingaling and did qualify through the second chance qualifier. So Bugha ended up playing with Aviv, and after not qualifying, he pretty much put out a tweet it was a little bit vague, but it implied that he was peacing out and he wasn't going to be competing in Fortnite anymore. But less than a week later, we saw him competing in the EWC qualifiers as well as this Division 1 Cup. So it doesn't seem like he's going anywhere anytime soon. But with these kind of players who have been competing for a very, very long time, you got to understand that competing at this high level does wear down on you mentally. The amount of practice and hours that these players put in to competing in Fortnite is extremely high, and it's not always the most rewarding. As a content creator, making content is extremely rewarding. It's extremely lucrative as well, of a career path. But as a professional player, you have to be winning tournaments consistently and placing in the top consistently for this to be your full-time career. It's a lot more cutthroat. And Bugha has been doing this since before the World Cup. So he's been competing for over 7 years now, which is insane. So it wouldn't even be like him throwing in the towel. It would be him having an amazing Fortnite competitive career, achieving a lot, and then, calling it when he doesn't feel as passionate about the game, which I feel like a lot of people these days might not feel as passionate about Fortnite competitive or content creation. And the game's been out for over 8 years, so it's kind of normal for that passion to dwindle a little bit. Now, Threats is the fragger in this duo, and Bugha is more of an IGL, so Threats does end up getting a lot more eliminations. We're going to watch a little bit of his POV. They find another duo right here, boxed up in full metal, and they are going to key. Let's see how they approach this fight. Oh my God, these guys left the door open, or wall open. That was such a quick elimination. And they find this llama for a refresh as well. Those guys just got absolutely destroyed. That was so fast. Wow. So like I mentioned earlier, Bugha actually played the EWC qualifier with Threats as well, and Threats and him kind of go way back. He competed with Threats back in Chapter 6, Season 1 FNCS with Aviv, and then he also played in the Chapter 6, Season 2 with Threats and Rapid, and he played almost all of the Chapter 4 FNCSs with Threats as well. So they have a lot of chemistry. They've been playing together for a very long time, and so far, in the EWC qualifiers, we have Peterbot and Poyo who qualified for LAN, Josh Riley and Iamzo, Muzz and Sphinx, Cold and Rapid. 8 teams in total will qualify, and Veno and Curve went to EU to compete on the EU for EWC, even though they just won in the FNCS on NA. So it does look like Threats and Bugha are going to try to qualify together on the EWC, as well as the FNCS Major 2 next season. And guys, they ended up finishing this part of the tournament with 570 points. They played 11 matches. They got 3 victory royales, and they had the highest average eliminations per game compared to all the other teams who played in this tournament, which is absolutely insane for Bugha to still be doing this. They get into another mid-game fight right here. I just kind of want to break down how they fight as a duo. They're on the low ground. They're both shocking up at the same time, splitting the focus of these players. And Threats has extremely good accuracy. I was going to mention the way he plays, he's extremely confident. Like when he jumps into someone's face, he knows he's going to put him down. We've seen him get knocked a couple of times already in this match, but he doesn't get knocked without pretty much knocking both players first. This guy's running away. They're going to chase him into Storm. He's using the mist right there to get the boost with the shockwave. That's very smart rotation, and now he's going to use it to go back. These pro players love using that flowberry grenade. I actually don't even know the official name of it. I keep calling it something different every time, but they use it with the overdrive shockwave, and it sends them way further. It's great for mobility. We've seen people use it in the end game to try to contest for height. We saw that throughout the entire FNCS finals recently. So it's a very solid movement. You just have to be willing to spend that healing item to make it happen. Now they're approaching the end game. Threats has 9 eliminations. Bugha has 5. Finds this player. He's going to get this refresh. How do you guys feel about the dodging while knocked mechanic? I don't feel like it's added anything to the game that's worth keeping. I feel like it needs to be adjusted. It's honestly a little bit obnoxious when you knock somebody and they just start like frantically rolling around. Oh my god, great play right here from Threats to find this guy. He's pushing all the way in. Him and Bugha are applying pressure. This other player is gonna leave. They got the refresh. Threats with 10 eliminations, absolutely cooking right now. I want to watch Bugha and see how he leads this duo in the end game. Right now they are building up. They don't want to get caught. He's committing a lot of metal, and it looks like they're actually going for height here. They're going for height on this moving circle. They didn't have to like really even contest it. They just went straight for it, and it looks like he's reinforcing and coming down to grab more metal. So the reason he was able to do that is because they had a body on the ground with all of that metal. He was able to use all the metal to get high ground and then went back, and now he's back up to full metal as well. So great use of the refresh underneath them. Now they have a high ground pretty much uncontested. They didn't even really fight for it. They just had elite positioning and had the extra resources to commit to it. But one thing I noticed about this meta is you have to have some really good high ground defense. All these players have the overdrive shockwaves. They have the flowberry nades. They can combine them together. They jump up in the air with freaking the burst SMG, which has no recoil and pretty much no bloom while hip firing, which is when you're in the air, you can still just absolutely 200-0 a player. And look, it's happening right now. There's teams that are flying up above them. They're having to drop down and heal back up. Not sure if they're going to go back up for height. I'm watching Bugha. He's reading the players above. It looks like these other players who had height, they just gave it up. Maybe they didn't have the resources, or they're going ahead. Bugha's committing even more metal here. He's down to 300, staying ahead. He's getting the refresh from Threats. And now they're even a little bit higher. So if somebody does contest them, they'll probably get fried. The pizza, probably the best healing item this season. I do really like the pizza. I think it's a great item. I think it should be in the game pretty consistently. Threats is dropping a little bit lower We're seeing the gold scar be in play here too. Someone got this from like an anomaly event, I'm pretty sure. I don't think you can get a gold scar just from the regular loot pool unless things have changed. You know, it's been not keeping up with every single update that they do. A lot of players in Storm here. Bugha trying to get some tags to a few more eliminations. They're up to 20 elims as a duo. This seems like such an easy win for them. And these are some really top tier players in this lobby. But it seems like such an easy win. It almost feels like too easy. Just them having the resources to hold this, as well as the pressure with the double scars. What's Threats using? I want to see what he's doing down there. He's using the SMG, and he's got the mythic shotgun. So they actually do get the mythic shotgun from their POI. Look at Threats. Oh my God. It's a little bit of a risky play here, but it's paying off extremely well. Oh, he's calm. He's calm. He's gonna go back up. He gets the pizza from Bugha. Bugha's gonna be the one to drop now and apply pressure. I like how both of them aren't just standing up top shooting down. They're taking risks of going down and actually applying pressure, and it's forcing some refreshes like this. It's much better this way because it actually, when you're both just up top shooting, you're kind of wasting your resources, and it's hard to get full refreshes because you're just on the high ground. You're killing players that are way beneath you. And now it's just a game of zone wars. Easy peasy. Last duo on the low ground. Pressure's being applied. Both players are dropping down. Threats is in the mix with his mythic shotgun. They're attacking them from every angle. Taking the roof while Threats gets the side wall. Easy knock there. Bugha sees this player. Player's running max speed, but the kill difference is a little bit noticeable. However, Threats is the fragger. Bugha did a great job getting them into the end game, holding that high ground, winning, finishing first place in this Division 1 Cup qualifying round with a lot of points and the most eliminations per game. Guys, Bugha is not washed. I don't see him retiring anytime soon. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.